Greetings from Las Vegas. I am at the M Resort property. This is the southernmost casino on Las Vegas Boulevard. And this is a spot that was opened up in 2009 just after the, all the, what do they call it? The Great Recession, I think is the nickname now for this. So this place, originally a locals place was the intent, but very nice. M, the name comes from the Marnell family that originally built it, and then Penn Gaming eventually bought it. Kind of cool. It's a 390 room tower. They're building another tower right now, which I just learned about that recently. That's nice to hear that they're doing well. And apparently 300 of the 390 rooms, whenever there's a Raiders game in town, the Raiders rent 300 rooms so that the team can stay here. The Raiders HQ is right down the street from here. They have a practice field and stuff, so very cool. So for today, this is a short trip. I'm just going to go down to Primm, check that out. There's been some changes lately. Primm is kind of dying on the vine a little bit. It's starting to shrink, so I thought this would be a nice starting point. Instead of taking the boulevard down, I'm just going to take I-15 down, make it a quick ride today. So let's head out and take a look at Primm. Okay, let's try this again. So, that was really dumb. Hopefully we got it on my front-facing cam. I forgot to pull my mic off my collar, and as I was pulling out of the M Resort there, I thought I felt something bump my leg, but I wasn't sure. And I got up into this left turn lane and realized, oh God, it was my mic. So I got lucky, went back around, and it was sitting there in the left turn lane. Meanwhile, the maintenance crew is using the leaf blowers. And they were about, 100 feet away, so it would have just been whoosh, blown off into some other place and gone forever probably, but these DJI Mic 2 wireless mics are pretty robust, so thank goodness for that. So here we have take two, heading down to Primm, taking Interstate 15. Make this a quickie. We read in the news that Whiskey Pete's casino closed, I think a couple of weeks ago. I think it was on the 17th of December, so I'm not sure if it's going to open back up again. There's conflicting stories on that. So a little bit of history on the town of Primm. It just started off with a guy named Peter, Peter McGill, Peter something or other. Pete started off down there with a gas station at the state line. And gas station business wasn't going so well for him. Apparently he was not the friendliest character in the world, had little something to do with it, and eventually he turned to moonshining, or bootlegging, not moonshining, turned to bootlegging. Thus the name Whiskey Pete was born. Well, eventually he sold his property to the Primm family, and eventually the Primms took that gas station and gradually developed it into multiple casinos. We have Whiskey Pete's, named after Pete himself. We have Buffalo Bill's, and we have the Primm Valley Resort, and then they also added a outlet mall. We used to come down to the outlet mall occasionally. We moved here in 2005, and it was usually pretty busy, pretty active down there. We always thought it was a little strange. Why would you put hotels and casinos 40 miles from Las Vegas? If you're going to go this far from Southern California, you may as well go all the way. But I guess they thought some people would stop and avoid all of the craziness of the whole city. So it grew and was successful for a while there, but then it just started to fade. And I think at this point there's only one store left in the entire mall, if that. Buffalo Bill's was closed for a while. They tried changing their format somewhat, and didn't really work out apparently. Buffalo Bill's is the one you'd think would stay open of all these places, and hopefully it'll continue to. They have a roller coaster that used to be the tallest in America when it was first built in the late 90s. And they have the Star of the Desert Arena. It's a, I don't know how many what the seating capacity is in there, but I've seen Pat Benatar, Foreigner, 38 Special, a number of different bands. Recently saw George Thorogood down there. It's a great venue. It's a great arena. So, you know, and you put it in terms of normal areas, driving roughly 30 minutes to go see a concert's not a big deal. In Vegas, it's, oh my gosh, it's more than 10 or 15 minutes. You must be joking. You don't want to drive that far because we're all so spoiled. But the other huge aspect to this town down here is it's littered with trails all around it. They have works races and all kinds of other, it's a motorcycle. We've come down here to watch friends do races directly behind Buffalo Bill's before. They have the big old desert trucks or trophy trucks, whatever you call them. Some really impressive races out here. At one point, I think the Herbst family, Terrible Herbst, was involved, and I think the goal was to make this almost like a Disneyland for off-road riders and four-wheelers and stuff like that. You come and have some amazing trail experiences, and you have a place to stay if you want to stay for a week or however long, but it didn't really work out, so that's unfortunate. And they still have races down here though. It's still great for that, and for those of us who just want to go down and explore on our dirt bikes, there's some great trails down here. So you don't necessarily have to be involved in a race to enjoy this area. And here we are approaching Jean. I think it's about halfway down to Primm. The only thing here anymore is a really, really big gas station. And the turnoff if you want to go down to Good Springs or Sandy Valley to visit the Pioneer Saloon or Idle Spurs Saloon. Both of those are nice rides, great roads, and again, plenty of trails surrounding them, so you're good with take your street bike down for a hangout for a while, or take your dual sport down and jump off onto some trails. Whatever sounds good. Used to be two casinos. Well, I mean, the part of the Part of one of the casinos is still here on the left side, on the east side of the highway. The other one's been gone for quite some time now, so it seems these south of Vegas businesses are just starting to dry up. Most people probably over the years just thought, I made it this far, I may as well go all the way. And these are certainly not here to serve locals. So the hotel tower is about all that remains. I think this was at one time called the Gold Strike or something like that. It had a different name at one point before Terribles bought it. And that wasn't that long ago when it was renamed, and now it's the casino part is actually just gone. It's too bad. About another 10 or 15 minutes and we'll be down to the Primm exit. Here we are coming into Primm, half a mile till the exit. That's Buffalo Bill's, the big tall barn style looking building on the left with the giant roller coaster, and then Whiskey Pete's off on the right. And then beyond Buffalo Bill's on the left is the Primm Valley Resort and the mall. And of course, one of the other things that keeps people coming down here from town, this is right on the border. So people come down here. There's a small shop that sells lottery tickets. You can't buy lottery tickets in Nevada, so you have a lot of these little shops on the borders that'll make it available. So that's kind of nice. So let's pull off here and just take a look and see what's going on with Whiskey Pete's. If it is indeed closed. Oh, another police truck. Wow. Oh, I guess, yeah, it's Nevada, so they're, of course, turning around here. They're not going over the state line. So, here we are. Oh yeah, this looks like it's all closed off. Faux show. So I'm just gonna stop here for a minute. All right, Whiskey Pete's, yeah, closed off. Maybe forever, maybe not. So it's probably not appropriate to go wandering around in there that's closed off. I'm sure they don't want people nosing around. We have stayed down here one time. We came down, they were doing a promo deal where there was a burlesque show going on, and it was either you get a room for the night, get a free burlesque show, or buy the burlesque show ticket and get a free room for the night. It's some kind of or just a bundle. It was pretty fun. The rooms are kind of what you'd expect, but the show was nice. They had a little cafe here, which I think has been turned into a Denny's over the years, and a couple of like a Subway and stuff like that. But there is still yet another gas station over there, and that's clearly still open. But sad to see these things go. But at the same time, you think to yourself, was it ever really destined to do that much business unless the Herbst family was actually able to do that off-road Disneyland thing where you could have all these off-road attractions for people to come here and enjoy that? But unfortunately, that didn't work out. So let's move on to the other side of the highway where we have the rest of the property. All right, here we go. Start this up. Head on across the street. And see what things look like over here. It's always kind of fun. You get those signs like back there that becomes a big sticker board. People from all over the place fill it up with whatever. It's kind of cool. And I guess there's actually housing down here. I think behind this building here, there's some condos for employees to live in. So you don't, if you decide you just want to live and work down here, you got that you had that option. I don't know if it's still a thing. I assume it's still available. And real busy last stop for gas before you cross into California. And there was another one back up in Jean, a really big gas station up there that claimed to be the largest in the world for a while there. I don't know if that's still the case, but there's some activity going on here. This is a big outlet mall on the left here. Primm Outlets. It used to be called, oh boy, I don't remember what it was called. Like Fashion Outlets or something along those lines. But it's a pretty big outlet mall. And I guess that could have been considered a big draw for getting people down here. I don't know that I think about outlet plus casino though. My wife probably does though. And then if we go a little further, this is the, I haven't actually been down. Oh, all right, come on. Haven't been down here before. Oh, the lotto store at Primm. So here's the place for the lottery tickets. So that's probably the closest place. Especially since Rosie's was destroyed in Arizona and now it's a damn Starbucks. So, oh wow, there's a whole line of people waiting to get in there. Okay, must be one of those big jackpots right now. Yeah, look at this place. This is a cool looking place. It's all just filled with, I guess, lottery ticket buyers. I'll probably get home and get reprimanded for not picking up a lottery ticket because they must have some kind of a huge jackpot going right now. Curbside pickup. And then when you get to the end of the outlet mall, it just connects right up to the Primm Valley Resort, the third casino here. That's appropriate. The sidewalk, it looked like it at least. The sidewalk leading up to the entrance for the outlet mall looked like it had a big tumbleweed sitting in the middle of it. You know, I think I'm going to go back and take a look because that is, if that's what that really was, that's too good to pass up. I think it was right here. Let's turn around. I didn't get a good look. Yep, that is indeed a tumbleweed. Oh man. Casino mall entrance. So yeah, from this forward is where the casino starts, and they had a little tram. I think we rode that when we stayed here before, that you could take you over to Whiskey Pete's. That was pretty cool. Man, I just really miss fun projects like this. I don't know how far I can go this way or if it ends. It's just cool design. This might be I don't know if this is housing or if this is the condos where staff could live, or apartments or whatever. Yeah, we can go around. And then, personally, for me, one of the most interesting things about Buffalo Bill's property is back here. This is where we usually parked. Never did try the roller coaster. But in the rear here is tour buses for the performers would park back here. Star of the Desert Arena parking, as it says right there. So you'd come out and the tour buses for, I think, well, any of the bands that we saw would be sitting out here and they'd enter right there, those bay doors. That's the arena right there. And then you go into the casino right here. And then another part of this was, there's a big dirt lot over here. And over here on the right, that's some of the off-road tracks. There's straight back, there's all these trails. And we parked in these lots. You'll have tons and tons of cars in here. You have a bunch of vendors for, motorcycle accessory vendors would be all over the place in here. And had some good times out here watching a number of different friends at different times doing races on the other side of that berm there. I even came out one time myself and just parked on the top of that berm and waited for security to show up, saying, I was hoping you'd come over here because I was wondering, are we allowed to use this track to play around on as like a practice thing? And he says, nah, sorry. Liability reasons, if you get hurt and we know you're out there, then we could be on the hook. So, but you go, 10 feet beyond the part that's a groomed track and all those trails, that's fair game, go for it. So, friendly guy, he probably has to do that, 10 times a day for different people. But, and this place, not a whole lot of business here. Looks like it's still open though. And then we'll pop around to the front. One last view here. And you go off that way, and behind us here, hit trails there too. It's a cool place. Hopefully at least Buffalo Bill's remains open. I was happy when it was closed for a little while, but I was happy to hear when they opened back up again and started doing concerts again in there. All right, there we go. Buffalo Bill. I think I'm just gonna jump into this parking lot over here and wrap things up. It's a nice spot here. Well, that's about it for this short tour down to Primm, Nevada. We have Buffalo Bill's behind us, open and alive, ready for you to come on in Oh, there's a Denny's in there, there's a steakhouse, there's a food court, and lots of gambling, and they're still doing concerts down here, still doing off-road competitions down here. So I guess the ultimate question is it still worth it to come on down to Primm for a ride? Of course it is. If you're riding and you're not working, it's worth it. If you're riding and you're not sitting on your couch, it's worth it. So it's 30-40 minutes outside of Vegas. If you're just looking for an excuse, hell, even if you have a rental car and you just say, let's go for a drive, this is a completely safe area to come down and just say, okay, I went down. You can even say, maybe you're not from around here, you flew into Vegas and you want to say, I just want to say I stepped foot in California. Drive over to the lottery ticket store. That's over the border. It's technically in California. You can say, boop, I did it. I've been in California, and you can turn around and come right back. And for some people, that's probably all they really want in their lifetime anyway. So, and this place, unfortunately, the roller coaster's been down for quite a while. They have a log ride thing on the inside that was also pretty cool concept, also been shut down for a while, but you can still go in here and do some gambling. Rooms are still available for rent. Restaurants are still open. So, and plenty of trails around. That's another option too, is if you want to come down here, and plenty of parking, park your toy hauler, take your bike out and have some fun in the trails in the surrounding areas. There's all kinds of great places to explore around here. So hopefully this was fun for you. It's always fun for me. Anytime you're outside on your bike, it's a good day. So until next time, stay safe out there.